Good morning. Digital connectivity is the attainable access of people towards the internet or the usage of gadgets itself. It can be anything really. It can be social media, internet browsers and websites, text messages, phone calls, anything that is of use regarding gadgets. Our group firmly believes that when humans excessively use digital media, it negatively influences their cognitive and behavioral development and even their mental and physical health. But you say so otherwise. You say that digital connectivity has become the primary forms of communication and interaction. But what about the people that actually surrounds us? The ones present, not the ones found in our phones. What about them? People's interactions nowadays are so focused on using cell phones because it's said to be convenient. But too much usage of this hinders us from interacting with the people that actually surrounds us. We're so caught up in our phones that we don't even care about the people that surrounds us, since it's basically all about the social media nowadays, right? Second, we also say that digital connectivity can help spread awareness. Likes and hashtags do spread awareness, yes, but it does not necessarily result in change. Most people do participate in these activities, but it's been suggested by many commentators that by clicking the like button or tweeting a hashtag, it makes people feel like they've done their part in supporting the campaign, which prevents them from taking further actions such as donating money. While many of these campaigns have incredible impacts, many of them don't seem to have a long-term goal, which makes it unclear what their effect will be in the long run. If they're not trying to raise money or get people to volunteer, what change are they trying to affect in the world? Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It has been stated by the previous speakers of my team that digital connectivity is used as a platform for spreading awareness as a news source and as a common form of communication. In summary, the opposition team believes that digital connectivity is not a problem when used in moderation. The government team, however, believes that digital connectivity is a problem because its excessive use can negatively affect a person's health and development. To the government team, as it has been mentioned by your speaker, she stated that the benefits of digital media for young children are limited when used extensively and without guidelines, and that it can lead to attention problems and eating disorders. But the problem with these statements is that it's being ignorant to the real cause of the problem. Why are we putting to blame the accessibility of digital media rather than who is really at fault? These are the people who are knowledgeable of the broadness of digital media, yet still allow their children to use it to the extent where it affects their physical and mental health. To answer your question, being connected to the internet builds interpersonal relationships with people instead of bringing them apart. This is because it builds their confidence in speaking. The point of spreading awareness through the internet is to catch the attention of people who are really willing to help for our cause. Thank you.
Are there any questions from the audience? If we do not have any questions, let us now proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this closing statement, I am speaking in behalf of the opposition. Having discussed by the government side the negative impacts of digital connectivity, we believe that although there are negative sides, there are also positive effects to it. The main purpose of being digitally connected is to be able to connect to one another. As our generation goes, society finds its way to expand. The main purpose of being digitally connected, which is where social media enters. Through social media, digital connections can be made. In today's world, whether it is through digital or real-life connections, every day billions of people connect, and most of these connections happen through many digital forms. Using digital connections are now not only used as a form of communication, but it is now used for many purposes. Specifically, it is now a bridge to spreading information in all aspects, even charity works and building peace. It is safe to say that digital connectivity also unites people and brings them together. Because of digital connections, causes and issues can now also be promoted and addressed online. People can connect digitally for news sources, educational references, and most of all, communication. Connecting online is very convenient because it is accessible to all. Most importantly, the positive and negative effects of using digital connectivity lies in the person using the internet. Used in the right way, using it to promote goodness in life, then there is no problem with that, whereas to a person that completely does the opposite.
We, the government side, strongly believe that digital connectivity still remains a problem. Like our previous speaker had said, it damages our ability to have a face-to-face conversation, it degrades our capacity to think for ourselves, and it undermines our connection to our communities and families. And what does this do to our churches worldwide? According to a 2011 Tyndale University College and Seminary survey, 35% of church leaders believe that churches are too focused on technology. 13.6% believe that there are important things to focus on than technology. And 11.5% believe that technology distracts people from worship. Pope Francis himself recently said that it's so sad when I'm celebrating Mass here or inside the Basilica and I see lots of phones held up. He added, at a certain point, the priest leading the ceremony says, lift up our hearts. He doesn't say lift up our mobile phones to take photographs. It's a very ugly thing. The use of video technology makes at-home church attendance increasingly available to congregations. These days, many people are asking the question, why go to church when I can watch it at home online in my pajamas? A church can reach people if their message is automatically dismissed. The challenge is finding the gray area where technology becomes overused. It is written in the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. So, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. It states that in everything we do, we must do it for God. In this way, we will be able to deny all temptations digital media has to offer. So as you can see, digital connectivity doesn't only affect one person, but it also affects the whole community. So if you want digital, thank you.
We have heard both sides of the proposition, and now may I call on Ms. Arian Ginoo from grade 10 for an intermission number.